Join us every Sunday for an episode of the Digital Business Forum
at 2 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. MST, 5 p.m. EST, and 10 p.m. GMT.
This forum will feature successful, experienced digital business owners with inspiring information to help you make that informed decision about starting your own digital business. By starting your own online business, you will have more free time to take control of your life, create generational wealth, retire early, and make money from anywhere in the world with just your laptop, phone, and internet. If this resonates with you, don't miss this Sunday. Digital Business Forum. Be informed, be inspired.
Welcome to another episode of Digital Business Forum. Be informed, be inspired. Today we have an interesting topic, Financial Literacy 101. All right, so today, come on, sit down. Let's talk about Financial Literacy 101. Many people, when we go to school, we study about many things, but we never get to be taught about finances, how to handle finances, how to invest, and how to make smart decisions when it comes to money. So welcome to this episode, and we are glad that you joined us today. So we are going to introduce ourselves, and then we're going to hit the ground running and talk about this interesting topic about money. All right. So I'm going to start with Coach Dorothy, and then David will come in with an introduction and tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us a little bit of what you know about money, about investing, about the fear that comes with money and investment. Go ahead, Coach Dorothy.
All right, thank you so much, Dorothy, for this wonderful topic. Hi, everybody. Is there a noise in my background? Just a second, guys.
All right. As we wait for Coach Dorothy, David, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Dorothy. Good afternoon. Well, good afternoon, good evening, from wherever you are. Thank you for joining us tonight for yet another episode of the Digital Business Forum. Be informed, be inspired. We come here every Sunday to talk to you about business, investment, but more so about you starting your own online business. Okay, my name is David. Like I said, I'm a digital business entrepreneur. I'm a specialist in cybersecurity. That's what I do as a profession. I'm here with Dorothy and Dorothy tonight to again tell you what we know. Okay, what we know about investing and putting money aside for business. So welcome. Get yourself a cup of coffee. I just got one for myself.
Good.
And yeah,
yes,
good things ahead to come. Dorothy.
Good. Thank you so much, David, for that introduction. Yes, Coach Dorothy.
All right. Thank you so much once again. If it's your first time to see me, my name is Dorothy. I'm originally from Uganda. Currently, I live in the USA. Always, we are here every Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific time, Digital Business Forum. Be informed, be inspired. So I'm a pro digital business coach, a mom. What else? I'm an entrepreneur and a digital business owner. Today's topic is very, very, to me, it's like I jumped in a basket of poverty because of today's topic. So back to you, Dave. Back to you, Dorothy.
Yes, thank you so much. And I'm Dorothy. I'm a healthcare professional. I'm a certified registered nurse anesthetist, a nurse anesthesiologist, whichever one you want to call me. And I'm a proud digital business owner. I love my online business because you know what? I can do it from the comfort of my home. And I don't have to spend so much time on it. The AI and the social media is doing almost everything for me, and our automated system as well. So it has been a side hustle that has been just the best thing that I ever needed in my life. So welcome to the digital business. Today we decided to talk about financial literacy 101, just the basics. Nothing complex today, just the basics. So we are going to talk about investment. Okay, we want to talk about passive income in another way, right? Because we know so many people, they have this day 9-to-5 job, or a nursing job where you work nights, but it's still a 12-hour job, 10 to 12-hour jobs where you go every single day, but you don't have that passive income that comes in while you're not putting too much time into it. And therefore, we found out that many people are scared of investing, or they're scared of coming up with they have a business idea, but they're scared of starting out a business. You know what? Because of the capital. People are so scared. People are missing out on opportunities just because they're scared that if they put this money in, is this money gonna come back? They're scared of losing the money. Because in business, it's totally different than a 9-to-5 job. You go to work, you don't get paid, you work, then after 2 weeks, you get paid. In business, you put in money first, right? You come up with a capital, you borrow a loan, you get something. You have this building, or if it's a restaurant, you have to pay maybe your rent, get a building, pay your rent, employ some people, buy products, the potatoes, the fruits, everything that you need to put together a meal. All right. That's money that is being used. So literally you're losing money at that point. You're literally losing money at the beginning for you to create that business with a hope of getting back your money and some margin, which we call profit. All right. But initially you literally lost that money. You had it in your bank account, and you borrowed a loan, you put it into your business without knowing whether you're going to have a customer to come in your business or to your restaurant to eat the food, or you don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. But you have that hope, and you have that vision that you're going to have customers, they're going to come and pay for your food, get that money, and get a profit. And those people who take those type of risks, look, they are the millionaires. They are the multimillionaires and the billionaires. You know what? Because they took that risk, and they were not scared of losing money at the beginning. All right. Let me stop there for a minute. These people are digesting what I have just said. All right, Coach Dorothy, David, can you add into what I have said? Just making people understand that in business, losing literally is winning at the end of
the day. Thank you, Dorothy. Wonderful submission indeed. I'm going to throw it out. Today is Sunday, right? Or at least for where we are right now. It's a Sunday, bright morning. People go to church here. So I watched a video 2 days ago of a pastor. He was preaching, then walks in some madman. I call this a madman because he walked in with a gun. If this is some kind of a skit, it was very interesting. So this guy walks in with a gun and approaches the pastor, points the gun to the pastor, and you know what happened? The pastor took heed. So the pastor was, trying to hide to save his life. And this guy was like, you preach of heaven, but you're scared of death. So how do you expect to go to the God that you're praying for if you're scared of dying? Do you understand? There was something funny about it. Well, of course it was a skit, but there was something right there. It's like you preach of this beautiful, glorious place called heaven, okay? You preach of the Heavenly Father, and somebody wants to take you to heaven ASAP, and you're just not ready to go. You know what I mean? In a way, it was that kind of reminder that the process of getting to these things we so desire in life is not a very smooth and soft process. It's a tough process. It's a painful process, okay? But the benefits that are promised are so that you forget the pain you went through, okay? So you want to go to heaven, but you're scared of death because we don't know what death is, and it's a scary thing to even imagine because nobody dies and never comes back, or even to tell the story of where they have been. You know what I mean? So because of that, in an uncertainty of where we are going, people are scared to go through the process. It's human nature, and we can all understand where you might be coming from, to kind of slag or take all the time you need in life to do the research and do all sorts of things, ask about things, and eventually fail to make the decision because you don't understand what is beyond that process, or what's beyond what you have to do, which is invest money so you can then turn a profit. Let's take a look at what happens with in the plant kingdom. There is a seed, okay? And for you to see any kind of multiplication, the seed has to go through a process. It has to die, okay? It has to be buried in the ground. Then it will germinate and turn into a plant again. So you can see it blossom. But it has to go through a painful process of death. Okay? So it can see a new life, or it can bring on that, new crop, or, get you what you expect. Now, when it comes to business, again, we are going to apply some kind of reverse psychology if you're to do anything for yourself in life. Because of that process I just shared, death and heaven, the seed dying, buried, and then it germinates so you can see a plant with so many fruits, and then seeds from within these fruits. When it comes to business, we know that not many people have become rich or have really been very successful in the way they financially, and I mean financially, through employment. It's not many people that become rich out of employment. If they do, I'm telling you, there's a lot of craftiness that happens behind those closed doors, that people will become rich. Either they've embezzled or something. But this 8 to 5 thing, it can give you a livelihood, okay? But the moment you plug out, there's not much to rely on. You can't rely on those savings. So if you're to do anything that will give you meaning, you have to invest in something so that even in your sleep, you have something coming in. But for you to go through that process, you have to kill a seed. You have to invest money. Now, that money goes into this venture or investment, and the hope that it will germinate is what you have to stand on, and then do what it takes to make it work. But you have to put money down as though you're burying it in the ground and forgetting about it. That's the kind of mindset, or that's the kind of mentality. It's like some kind of reverse psychology that you have to go through, We all love to spend money. Oh, we love to spend money. Shopping, the ladies love to buy clothes and nice shoes and all sorts of niceties to look good. Spending. Give them some money, they'll surely love to spend it. Okay? And we're saying you earn it, then you spend it. And everybody enjoys it at that level of spending. Now, here we are telling you, spend it so you can earn it and then have something to enjoy and spend again. So we have to have the end in the beginning, kind of. Spend money, okay? Or bury money. Spend it, like forget about it, put it in something, and take the mindset of, okay, I've killed it. It's like a seed. There is a chance that it will grow, but there's also a chance that it won't. Okay? Mm-hmm. It's like when you throw seed, grain. Some of it comes back, some of it doesn't. What falls on rocky grounds never comes back because it's not fertile land. But what falls on fertile land, chances are it comes back. Okay? And you're able to see fruit, see a plant and then see fruit. What goes on rocky ground will dry out, it won't germinate, so you won't see results. So the same way as you're doing business, do your due diligence, do all sorts of research, identify a good system, bury the seed, okay? Invest that money so you can have it germinate into a plant, beautiful fruit, so you can have more seed to throw around. And that's the concept. But like I said, human nature, we fear to go, we fear to die, and yet that's the only way we can see heaven, or we can go to heaven by what you know. Throw the seeds in the ground, and this time round, I'm thinking it should be fertile ground. Otherwise, if you just dump it on rocky ground, it never comes up. Water it a bit, see that it gets some sunlight, and then it will grow. Same way. Spend some money, spend it. Spend some money, put it in something, and in this case, a digital business. Work it. Okay? By working it, be present for your business. Okay? Do what it takes, be present, participate in all sorts of ways. Work it like a business, like the way you work your 8 to 5. You wake up very early in the morning, brush your teeth, prepare a cup of coffee, jump into your car, very excited, play some music in the background, go to your workplace, say hello to everybody, sit behind your PC, spend hours talking on the phone, end of the day, say goodbyes and drive back home, count it a day and expect a payment. The same way you look at that day, I gave you the timeline of what happens in an 8 to 5. The same way you look at it, use that energy and use that resource, that time. Be present for your own business. Don't look at it as something you're going to put money in and it automatically grows because it's online business and it's all automated. So everything should go to the automation and you're not present and you expect money. There are people, and I'm being honest with you, there are people that have come and spoken to us and they're very excited. They want to put money. And they say, okay, so what's the update on the money that I invested in my online business? I'm like, you invested money and you started your own online business. Yes, it does. There's a lot of automation in the background, but there are things you're supposed to do as an individual as well, to be present for your business and to watch it grow. And if you don't put in that time, it's like you throwing seed, fertile land, okay? It germinates, grows into a plant. But remember, fertile land. With fertile land comes all sorts of things like weed. And I'm talking about other unwelcome natural plants, okay? They're also enjoying part of that fertile land. Your seed is enjoying it with rough grass, elephant grass, and all these other things that are competing for resources. So if you don't come out to your fields to weed out, you have to work it. If you don't come to weed out and only leave what you expect to grow and reap, then your plants are going to compete for resources, and at the end of the day, your output is going to be affected. So it's the same way. We're giving you these analogies so that you try to look at you and the whole investment process as part of what happens in nature, as things the way they happen naturally. If you can look at it from that kind of perspective, then you will understand that it's a process that has some kind of a natural flow of things as well. You need to weed out so you can have your crop. You need to work it so you can come above the competition. Otherwise, there are several other people out there doing the same thing, okay? Several other people doing the same thing. So while we're all enjoying the digital space and doing all sorts of things, remember everything happens on these devices, okay? Mobile devices, iPads, laptops and PCs, okay? People have scroll time, but they're not patient to stay there to watch a plant that is lost in grass. They have to be able to identify that this is what I'm looking for. But if it's all in the rough, a diamond in the rough, then it's so easy to pass by it. Why? Because it's not outstanding. So in the process of making yourself outstanding, it means you have to be present and do those things that are required to get your investment going. But above all, the reverse psychology of accepting that you have to invest money so you can see benefits, just as Dorothy was saying. I hope this explanation and analogy can help somebody or has helped somebody to understand the process better. Back to you, Dorothy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, David. That was just amazing. And I think it really explains that even with investment, one, you're losing money, yes, but you're starting a business. And most of the time at the beginning, you have a lot of things to do to make it grow. Your presence matters. But the best thing with our online business, the automated system and the training it does the 90% for you, but there's that little 10%. You have to show us on the masterminds, the meetings that shows you the strategies to do this business. There's a little training where you have to put in maybe an hour or so, 2 to 3 hours a week, so you can learn. The training can show you how to leverage social media. You have to be present for your business, for you to be able to be successful. But the best thing with online business, you do this at the comfort of your home. You do this at your own time. Nobody is pushing you. You don't have to show up anywhere. You don't have to show up a certain time or a certain day. It's just within your, whatever you do, whichever time you want. Very flexible, very, very flexible. Business, especially for busy people, for busy professionals, busy moms, busy dads, those people who have children, those people who have careers that are demanding, those people who want to start a side hustle without having to go another full-time job because they don't have time for that. This is the business for you. You just put in a little capital. On top of that, you nurture it a little bit. The automated system is there. The community is there. And off you go. You have a passive income with the best compensation plan. But we are talking here today about that capital that you have to lose, all right? To have to lose before you get it, growing for you. All right. There's no business in the world, whether traditional business or online business, that you're going to start with zero capital. Literally, there is zero business that you start with zero capital. Even those people who are giving you a job, there are companies that started by investing, and then they are giving you a job as part of their investment. So you can bring your expertise so that they can be able to grow their brand and to produce projects for their clients and so they can make money, all right? So if it wasn't for somebody who took, a risk with their money, with their investment, girl, you would not be having a job today. If somebody did not take a risk to start a business,
Very
if somebody
true.
did not take a risk to build that hospital, if nobody took a risk to start that IT company, David will not have a job. If I did not have somebody so many years back to build the hospital that I work for, I'll still be jobless today. So somebody has to take that audacity to start up something, to lose something, all right, to invest and to be in debt for them to give people an opportunity to have a job, to have a business. Mind you, this online business gives you an opportunity to actually be a CEO of your own company. You'll not be employing people, but you'll be helping people make money and building better lives for themselves. So yes, some capital is involved. And this literacy, financial literacy 101 today is telling you that do not be afraid, do not be skeptical, do not lose an opportunity that can potentially change your life just because you don't want to lose first that capital that will help you make millions. It will help you make money that can change your life, that can make your dreams a reality. All right, Coach Dorothy, bring on all the goodies.
Yeah.
And you're muted.
Oh my goodness. You guys, thank you so much, David and Dorothy, for that wonderful, submission. And this topic is kind of emotional for me. I don't know for other people out there, but my personal experience, I realized that in life we have to first understand what a personal finance is, like your personal financial, right? Because as you know, for you to win or for you to get something, you have to first lose. Dorothy spoke about it. Most of us, we lost a lot of things, right? We to an extent, my experience, I spent closely to 20 years in school. Calculate the 3 years of nursery. I'm from Africa, so you all know we have those 3 years. 7 years primary, 6 years secondary school, and then 4 years for the university. So closely to 20 years. Probably, I think it's 20 years, right? Mm-hmm. But all those 20 years, since I was still young, my parents were losing, investing in me, not even knowingly that with the time they will have some, outcomes. They will have some earnings from me, because life is full of challenge along the way. Maybe I might lose life, without even them getting something out of me. But to an extent that they were spending money of me, they're already losing, because once you get your money out of your bank and put it somewhere, as long as you're not going to get it immediately, you're losing, right? So it means you have to first lose. So to be who I am today, it's because I lost money, me, myself, and even from my parents, because they had to take me to school. I'm not going to tell you that I'm the one, took care of myself since I was young, right? They were taking care of me. That means they were losing money for them to take care of me. And through losing that money, that means there was effort for them to make sure that, okay, I'm losing the money, but how am I going to get these outcomes? Through making sure that Dorothy, when I send her to school, she will have to bring the report. How did she perform? You get the point. So you're losing, but in the long run, trust me, if you put effort where that money is, you're going to bring it back, right? Mm-hmm. I'm an immigrant, right? You go and apply for the visa. You even don't know if you're going to pass the interview for you to go in that country, whatever country, even if it's whatever country, as long as you went and applied for that visa, you paid for the visa before you knowing if they're going to allow you to even enter the country. But you pay for the visa before you go even for the interview. But the interview, it's the one to decide if you're going to go in that country or no. But remember, you've already paid, right? So it means for you to gain, you have to first lose and then work upon where you have invested that money so that you don't lose it for good. Because if you just put money, you do nothing, definitely you're going to lose it. If you go to school, pay your tuition, you don't report at school, definitely you're going to lose. But if you report to school, you're going to get those results back. So this thing, it's a two-way. The financial thing, it's a two-way. And I personally, I applied a tool they call 50-30-20. 50-30-20, this is where it helps you to allocate your income at the end of the day, right? Where how do you allocate it? It's like 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings or repayments. So, but through my personal journey and my personal finances, the employment, like my regular jobs, were not allowing me to apply that 50-30-20, rule. It wasn't allowing me, because before you know it, you cannot save. Before you know it, you cannot invest. Before you know it, your money is just for things, mainly for the ones you need. There's a need and a want, right? So if you do things you want and you not do things those are needed, like for example, if you need to go for vacation and you need to pay rent, what's first? Paying your mortgage or pay your rent before you go for your want of a vacation. There's something whereby by all need, you need it to be done. It has to be done, whatever it takes. It has to be done. So now I bring you back to the financial, topic, that all those years, I went to the university, I graduated, I got those degrees, I got all those documents. But then it brings me back to me to survive, to be financially stable, to build a generational wealth. It doesn't matter all my 19 years, because I was all trained to be employed. So now I myself, I have to create a journey to break this financial struggle in a family and generations to come through losing by investing in a business and start up something for myself. But remember, when you're investing in a business, it's not that you're going to get the outcomes right away. That's a lie. There is no business you're going to start today and you expect tomorrow to get money. And I resonate with David when he was speaking about people contacting and tell him that if I invest this much, how much will I be earning? Guys, when you are starting up a business, you have unlimited income. You don't have a limited income. The reason as to why I couldn't apply the rule of 50 or 30-20, it's because I had a limited income, where somebody is dictating all my finances, and that is my employer. They're dictating how much I can earn a month. They're dictating how many times I have to work, how many days I have to work. They're dictating the time I have to wake up, whereby I even have to, set those alarms. So somebody's dictating. For people in Africa, yeah? You're not dictating, because those kind of, let's not go there. Back to the topic, okay? So I believe you understand what dictating is. If you have somebody who is dictating each and everything, that means financially, all of the employees, if you're still an employee, living your paycheck to paycheck, still at 9 to 5, and you don't have something for yourself, somebody is dictating your financial growth. And trust me, if you have somebody who is dictating that financial growth, there is no way you can build a generational wealth. The only way you can build a generational wealth is through starting up your own business. And that business, I always tell people, even if you are investing, even if you're looking for something to do, that's the reason why we are here every Sunday, is to it's actually awareness that the only way you are going to build a generational wealth is through starting up your own business, and make sure it's a global business. And the only way you can build a global business is through leveraging with the social media platforms. All the entrepreneurs, and remember, when you are starting up a business, it means now you're going into an entrepreneur mindset, because there is no business owner who is depending on one source of income. It's should I call it its unhabit? If you become a business owner, you cannot depend on one source of income. That's why most of them, they try the business to be global. We can name it, name everybody you know, name all those richest people you know globally. You're going to find out that they are not depending on one source of income. And the other thing, whatever business they're doing, you're going to end up that it's global. It's a global business. So to me, by the time I get to understand, okay, my 9 to 5, my professions, all my certificates, the only way I can, I can gain something out of all those documents, all my 19 years, either through starting up something for myself. However, professionally back home, I'm a nurse. And I came in the United States, where I have to go back and upgrade, So at the end of the day, how much capital for me to start up a hospital? Because for me to become wealth is through starting up a business, right? Let me say, okay, I'm starting a traditional business. How much capital do I need to start up a hospital? It's going to be huge. And on top of that, I don't think when I'm just starting, I will make it even global. So that is the reason as to why some of us, we have been there, and we decided even to, I don't advise people to quit, to abandon their professions. It depends on them. Don't be like me. My goal is to become wealth, and the only wealth is to own a business. That's how you wealth. And on top of that, I'm like, okay, but my professions, however much me to become wealth, I need a business, but all the professionals I have, it is going to be very expensive for me to start up a business through my profession. But if you have your profession whereby you can start up a global business, good for you. For us, we are sharing with you, or giving you awareness on how you can start up your own online business in the comfort of your home. You're going global with the low cost. But remember, when the word start, it means you are going to invest. You're starting up something, right? So it's going to be the same thing. And what we are discussing here, even if you put it in your daily life, it's exactly the thing you do. Just the difference here is that we are talking about business. But at the end of the day, once you sit down, it's going to be there, it's going to be the exactly thing in your normal life. I get a lot of people, this is even aside of a financial thing, but I get a lot of people reach out to me. They're like, once you start up a business, there's a lot of things involved. I need to do marketing, blah, blah, blah. You just look, any successful business globally, its success, it is depending on the marketing. But the point is, what is the best strategy of your business, the marketing strategy of your business? Technically, if you are an employee, you do market yourself by writing those resume, by writing those CVs, and then start to look for a job. Technically, you are marketing yourself. So it's gonna be the same thing. If you yourself, you do market yourself to get that job, then how about a business? It needs it too. But the most important thing is that what is the best strategy of your business, of your what is the best strategy of your marketing in your business? And that's what our system provides. That's why we say here in our business, people, they don't have to look for you. We have a system whereby people, they are the one looking for you. You don't have to convince friends and family. You know, nobody convinced you to go and buy an iPhone. Is there? Me, nobody convinced me. I don't know, Dorothy, is there anybody convinced you to go buy?
No, you just show up in the
Why?
shop and check $800 and get an iPhone. Go home.
It's because they understand the marketing strategy of their business, whereby the customers you are looking for them. It's the same thing as ours. Like, as long as you have the best marketing strategy in place, trust me, business is easy, but with commitment. It's not that you're going to invest in and sit down and then money comes in. If it was like that, everybody on planet would have been wealth. They would have been rich, by the way. If it was that, there was no reason why we would have even gone to school. But even going to school, remember, you invest in money to pay that, to pay for your tuition after studying. How many of you just come back and sit in their, living room, their house, and then the money comes because you paid a lot for your tuition? You still have to wake up and go to that regular job so that you earn. But remember, you did what? You invested in your tuition. But now to make it, you still have somebody to dictate that time for yourself, set those alarms so that you can run and get that money. So in the long run, you lost money while paying your tuition. You're not 100% if you're going to even get this job. But you are very sure, for me to go where I am going, I have to first lose this money through my tuition, and then I go to the next step. It cannot, things cannot.
There's no shortcut to success.
Yeah, there's no shortcut. It's going to be the same thing in a business. There is no shortcut. The way you pay that tuition without you knowing that I will get a job, but you have it in mind, yes, jobs are there, I will apply for them, right? It's going to be the same thing. I start a business, yes, I know a lot of people starting business, they make money. So you come with that positive mindset. And the last thing, this business is for those who are really fed up, living a paycheck to paycheck, tired. They don't have time with their families. They don't go for vacations. If you are in that kind of a situation, the only thing we need from you is to shift your mindset from an employee to a business owner mindset. Then you are in the right place. Back to you, Dorothy.
Woo, that was hot, straight from Coach Dorothy. Yes, David, I know you have something to say about this. You're muted.
You're muted, David.
Oh dear, thank you, Dorothy. Nicely put, Dorothy.
Oh,
Nicely
yes.
put. While you were doing the submission, I was thinking things. I want to share this as part of this show. It's something personal, but very interesting. You see, when we talk about digital business, to many it's still a joke. It still sounds like the way I would say shops. One is selling bread, confectionaries, another one is selling clothes, shirts and dresses, and that's it. These are just shops. And when you talk about feeding, or you want bread, or you want things for your breakfast, you go there. And if you're talking about dressing, and you want to buy some uniforms for kids, you go to you go out to a store and buy things. So when we talk about digital business, and we all know about traditional business, you kind of look at it that way. You think that digital business is where it's digital, or online business is only for me when I'm going out to do my shopping online, or I'm looking for certain items and I'm buying online, and it's for special people that kind of have traditional businesses, and they also have web presence. So it means they have that store somewhere, and then they have their web presence. They have a website somewhere where I can also go and do trade in products or services. But I know they have a location here traditionally where I can walk in and buy items as well and do this. And yes, for a very long time, you can think of things that way, okay? But again, you need to understand one thing. The world has changed, and it has changed quite a great deal after the pandemic. I was working a corporate job during that time, okay? Our company had a global footprint. We're in about 100 countries. 100 countries, I'm talking all continents. We're in Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, we're everywhere, okay? Initially, when I was doing this job, actually, we were regular, 8 to 5. You have to go, sit, do the job. During the pandemic, things changed. After the pandemic, things changed. Some people were not required to come on-prem. So it was okay to operate from the comfort of your home. And we're doing business as usual. Technologies came in to bridge this gap. Zoom, we're doing all our meetings on Zoom. Teams, Microsoft Teams and Zoom were the primary technologies we're using. Even if you had limited, for most of us, we had experience with a common technology called Skype. You all know Skype? So we're all used to Skyping. You Skype, we know you go there, you do your video, you do Skype for meetings. But you see, we're also not very savvy with Skype because not everybody was using it, even if we knew it was something you could use for that, for video calls. Then during this time, it was almost mandate that you have to use these technologies. You have to be on Zoom, you have to be on Teams. You had to learn how to work with these technologies. You're working from home. Remember the CEO, was he a CEO or a company executive that stood up and he was in his boxer shorts? I think that clip moved around a lot. He was at home, he was nicely dressed up, but he was in his boxer shorts because he was just coming from his bedroom. I think he attended a meeting and poor man, he forgot, he stood up to go do something and he was in boxer shorts. And it made news all over the place. It was also on one of these local TV channels. It's like new habits. But now they were telling you that, hey, even if you're working from home, we expect you to appear in a certain way because you're doing official business. Imagine you're on a conference call, you're doing business, it's a sales pitch, and you're showing your behind to people watching you on TV. Unknowingly, I'm not trying to condemn. I'm saying, you see how now it becomes critical. New habits, you need to start forming new habits, new methods, new processes, new ways of doing things. You have to embrace it because that's just the way the world is taking you. Okay? So the technologies have come. You're working with the technologies. You have to start assuming mindset that you're at the company premise and act as such. Otherwise, you're going to do something that is going to damage the image of the organization. Just because you're doing it from home doesn't mean you are not in the presence of, you're virtually doing office, you're virtually doing work. So that's how you should look at it. So now I'm trying to paint a picture here that a lot of people out there, when they hear of digital business, online business, they look at things in that light. But now I'm saying you have to start looking at doing business online the same way you look at doing business on-prem, okay? Because that's just the nature of things. The world has changed. Initially, where you had to be on-prem to do certain things, print, that we have a printer, we have a printery, it's at the work, at the workplace. Now you don't have to do that, okay? Somebody can print and logistics, they move products from one place to another. You don't even have to have touched the product at all. You know, the traditional process we knew, you go load the paper, do all this, you know, get involved, and then move things, you know, drop off at somebody's location. You can do it at the comfort of your home without moving a thing. And product will move and find you at your doorstep. Okay? Such is the way the world is now moving. And with that kind of arrangement, stay with me on this, with that kind of arrangement, it means, if you think about it, if I don't have to be there to click, touch, and move things, but I can talk to people and everybody does their part just by talking. Process. If the process has become that perfect that I can call somebody and share my dream and vision with them, and they can interpret it in terms of a product and or service, and move things to engineering and get the engineers to do what they do best, I can then have product move from China back to me here in San Francisco without getting to move a foot, but have everything done from the comfort of my home. So if it can happen locally from within California, like I said, the pandemic brought that, people didn't have to move. Now you start thinking, you move, you break boundaries, you break borders, and start thinking, if it's happening here in California, it means I can start dealing with people in Texas. If I can deal with people in Texas, oh, that's interstate. So I think I can start dealing with people in Canada. Okay? That's international. Internations. So I'm breaking the borders, I'm going into another nation. It means I can break the boundaries again and go to another continent and do the same thing. I've been dealing with a Chinese lady. You know, I'm in information security, cyber security. One of the products I've been working on for a very long time is a perimeter appliance called a firewall. It's like a router. You know, guys, how you get your internet at home. So in information security, we do have security appliances, and we do have a security appliance we are developing for RTI System for our company. And it's something that we've been working on, but this time around we executed it. But here's the most important thing that I want to share with you, is that as we are doing digital business and telling you guys, hey, there is an opportunity. All you need is a mobile phone, internet connection, and your laptop. We'll plug you into a system that will do 90% of the heavy load lifting for you. And you'll have to do 10%. Compensation plan through the roof. An opportunity to create generational wealth. We talk about all these things and tell you that you have to be present for this business to work it. Then you can see the benefits and reap these benefits. And we are talking about 10%. Okay? It might sound too good to be true. Okay? But I'm here to tell you that I'm doing it twice. I'm doing it in the same business I do with Dorothy and Dorothy, okay, which is purely online, plugged into wonderful system. It's working for me 90%. I do a 10%. Now leave that on one part. But in my profession, my old profession in cybersecurity, our company is developing that product. And I'm not talking about somebody's company. This is my company here in the Valley. Okay. I've implemented the same technologies. I'm not supposed to share this, but I'll be honest with you. I've implemented the same technologies I learned from this online business by virtue of the fact that I have the training that came with these guys. I was like, whoa, okay, this actually works. I've implemented the same kind of system in my IT to try and scale it and work smarter. And it works, okay? I was able to actually get the products that I was always envisioning to do, I should do this, we should be able to do that. I was able to just break through by just opening my mind to the reality of doing business globally and connecting the dots with an internet connection and a mobile phone. The biggest, the most powerful tool you can ever have in this era is this piece of equipment. This mobile phone right here is like
an internet.
It's an internet. It's like a loaded gun. It can either take you up or bring you down. If you misuse it, this will be your downfall. There are people that have lost credibility, character, and everything because of what they do online.
Mm-hmm.
Choose to go naked and post items on the web. They'll stay for life. Your kids, grandkids, and all sorts of people you can never imagine will find those images. There's no way to reverse it, and that's it. You choose to use this.
And actually, business. David, just a second. Sorry to cut you, but when you speak about the phone and internet, right now, the late Mike Jackson, he is still earning in the family while he's dead because of internet and phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they're
still making money off his success. Oh yeah,
off his success.
Exactly.
There you are. So I'm saying with just this technology, I was like, okay, I think this works. I put it to a test. I said, okay, let me put this to a test. I sat down one evening and started communication, identifying manufacturers, identifying products, identifying things that I want. I zeroed down to a contact. I started communication. In less than a week, everything has been done to the dot. All I have to do is to share my ideas and have them implemented, and communication at every level. We are late. If we are thinking of going online today, I'm telling you, we are late because people out there, this is what they do. So
actually, David, even me myself, before COVID came, my former employee jobs, I've never done interview like in person. They were all online. They were all Zoom. They were all, I don't know, but me myself, to my experience, I've never walked in for interview. All the interview, when you go and apply them on LinkedIn or Indeed, they're gonna send you the date of interview. You're gonna just sit on your laptop and then you're gonna do the interview with, the interviewers. So I think we're just late. You're right.
Yeah, we are late. Because how I knew that we are late, everything has been done for me and to the dot until I got a tracking number for my items to San Francisco, Oakland, to my door. Everything. I did it from the comfort of my office. I didn't move forward. I just used my mobile phone. I was on the phone. I said, let me put this thing to a test. I didn't email nobody. I didn't do anything. I just used the phone and got everything to the dot, up to a shipping label. I have a shipping label, tracking, and I was promised 7 days. Items are coming from China, Shenzhen. So what am I saying? When you think that you have to be because traditionally I have to be on a plane, go to China, find, talk to people, look for, oh my goodness, because that's how things used to be done.
Traditional way, and there are some
traditional way. Yes,
and I was still thinking from Africa to China, just to do this, yeah.
Everything, all the logistics have been handled by. Every player comes in at their stage. You don't need to get involved at all.
Yeah. And actually, sorry, David, but to cut you a little bit, I realized that the reason as to why everything is going digital, you're going to realize that everything is expensive right now. When you look at gas, when you look at food, when I came here in 2019, to be honest, I could buy things for like 200 USD and takes me for a week. Right now, it doesn't even take you for a week. So people are trying to see how are they going to minimize on those kind of unnecessary expenses, like you traveling on a plane, yet you can just say you can just, pay the delivery fee than you going on a plane to and fro. Those are two expenses. They are unnecessary if you really know what you want and if you're dealing with the right person, to do for you that work. I think they're trying to minimize on those kind of expenses because things are going like crazy expensive, but unfortunately, the income wise, they're not increasing your paycheck, right? But your rent is always, it's going up. So how are they now? It comes to the business owners. So for them now, they're trying to see how are they going to keep themselves in business through helping business, the other partner not to spend a lot so that they can keep each other in the business. And how are they going to do that? Is through implementing these, the AI, the online, the digital businesses, because that's where the world is going. If expenses are going high, but the income is still the same, what does that mean? They have to look for a way on how they can, implement all the ways for them to not to spend a lot, because the income is not yet increased, but the expenses are just going crazy, even in the normal life. If you're living a paycheck, you can trust me. When I was still in an apartment, every day, almost not every day, every year, they increase the rent, like every year. But guess what? Your salary, your paycheck, they don't increase it. So the business owner now assuming you is paying rent and the owner of the house, they are now want to work together. How are we going to be in a business together? But if you're still an employee, you're not going to understand this. And it will be very difficult for you to apply it because you're not owning something. You're just giving out. You get the point? So back to you, David. Sorry to interrupt you.
Okay. Thank you for that submission, Dorothy. And you're very right. You're very right at what you just say. And again, creating that kind of synergy is that people or businesses or operators have started to realize that, you know what, how do we do business? How can we make it possible for this person to trade and do business with us? Because when they did that, or if they're able to do that, it means I don't have to board a plane. If we can imagine the many things that we cut out, if you know what you want, and somebody is able to interpret it and deliver it, do you know how many back and forth meetings and journeys you're cutting out? And how much time that it would have spent that you've cut short? From product development to product to manufacturing to delivery. It took such a short time. I'm like, oh my goodness.
And actually, David, mind you, have you ever realized that people are traveling to make business to other countries, but their product, they come back before their product's coming? Have you ever realized that? Like once they go, they're going to order whatever they're going to order, or their product, whatever, they see everything. And then for them, the logistic process, you will come back to your country and the other things they're going to take about a month or some weeks to be delivered in your country, but when you're already back.
Yeah, of course. There's always lead time when it comes to these things, and especially depending on what you're dealing with. Yeah. There's always some kind of a lead time. But what's most interesting is that by cutting out all these expenses, it means cost of production is low. It means you're making the product affordable to the end user. The product is becoming affordable to the end user because your cost of getting things done has been brought down. Record time. The lead time to have products is low. The cost of production low. Whatever it takes to get things done, it's not a hassle. And why? Because of digital technologies. So by embracing and going through some of these processes, just the lessons learned, forget about, because we always look at the financial gain in things, But if you're so careful and patient enough to go through the process, the things you'll be able to learn for future implementation in anything that you do are so awesome. I can't imagine. I don't know where to start and stop, in as far as that is concerned. But if you're smart enough to see through things, I'm telling you, it will open an opportunity for you to see how and where you can take advantage and apply and connect the dots. Because now that also taught me something. Being in corporate and seeing, how things are done globally, the first thing that came to mind is you have to be very aware and alert of the time zones. Initially, I just used not to mind wherever people are. What's the time zone in this country? I don't want to know, because I have no interest there. What's going on, or what is happening in Australia? I am not dealing with Australians, so I don't mind. It's nothing to worry me. But the moment I entered corporate and worked with an organization that had a global footprint, I had to be very alert, because there were meetings that were happening, and at some time I'm supposed to be in bed midnight, but other people are working, and they need you to explain something, so you have to be on that call. So if you're to work with people that way and be effective, it means, oh boy, you have to know what is coming, so you can have some rest and be active in their time zone, because there are no excuses. If work has to be done, it has to be done. You're dealing with you're on the east, you're here on the west coast, the end of the world. I call it, because we fall back, way so back, so many hours for most of the people. East Coast, Europe, Asia, all the way to Australia. I don't know how many hours ahead those guys are. I have to deal with people in that part of the world. Any given day, they call me at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. is 5 p.m. their time, I think, sometimes, but I'm sleeping. Okay. And then I have to create time for these people. I'm like, okay, so what's the sweet spot for me to catch them? Is it very early in the morning before they leave for work? Or what's the time? Okay, if I have to do it at 3 or between 2 and 3 a.m., it means I need to sleep early. I need to be in bed by 8 if I'm going to talk to this person at 3, so that I'm effective, so that I'm alert, so that it's fruitful. They can, it's not just appearing, but you're tired to even discuss. So for you to be able to do that, you have to be alert about global operations, about time zones. And that makes you a better business person. That broadens your market, and it gives you an opportunity to perform where you are most needed, where your services are most needed. So all these things are lessons learned from thinking global, going online. Because the moment you go online, you're going global, because you're opening up to a global market, because the internet is everywhere. So if you're going to be dealing with people from across the globe, then you got to start thinking that way. And that's just the way and the nature of things. So yeah, Dorothy, back to you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Coach Dorothy, David, for really, really elaborate information about how things are going global. We have now AI, big companies, like we talked last time when we were here last Sunday, how big companies now they want to make AI do everything for them. How they're going to cut costs, how they're going to cut their expenses, and how they're going to utilize AI to do a lot of the things and to expand their footprints already globally, wherever they are. So you know what? Online business is the way to go. You're going to be left behind. And like I said, there's so much money to be made in the online space. Everybody is going online. It's not easy money, but it's easy money if you can learn the little training and just be positive and just come and learn a little bit about the online world. because there's so much to, to benefit from the online world. So our online business, like we said, we love our online business because we partner with a global company, and it has everything that you need in one place: tools, resources, high products, everything that you need, an automated system for you to be successful. And you don't have to do any selling. You don't need any experience. You don't need anything. You just need your phone and the internet and a mind and a mind that is ready to learn, coachable. And that's all you need. You come in and we show you how to make money online, passive income, without leaving your 9-to-5 job, without leaving your house, so that you can create extra money to pay down that mortgage, extra money to pay down that student loan, extra money so that you can be able to afford that vacation, extra money if you want to spend more time with your kids and you don't want to work multiple jobs. This is the business for you. And that's the reason actually I did that, because I wanted a passive income that I don't have to go to another job. I don't have to be taken away from the kids that I truly love. So I have now more time with my kids, more time with my family, and still able to do passive, get more passive income to help me invest for my future, put more money in your retirement, put more investment out there for yourself and your family, create generational wealth. You cannot do this with a 9-to-5 income where you just paid this amount of money. With the inflation, with everything going up, like in California, PG and whatever, PD&G, whatever, our gas company, they keep adding. Now we are paying more bills.
PG&E.
Now oh dear Lord, I'm not gonna get there, but my bill last month is so different from the bill that we got this month, because they have added, 8.6% that was passed by the Senate, the state Senate. Now they're just adding, and there's another increase that is coming. So you're not going to rest. The inflation is there. Your gas is going to go high. Your bills are going high, but your salary, like Coach Dorothy said, it's stagnant. It's not going anywhere. So it's a high time to do that passive income. Get an online business for you. If you have a business that is doing well, we are happy for you. But if you really have nothing like going on that brings you that passive income, and you're struggling and you haven't paid your mortgage down, you haven't paid anything down, your student loan, you want more time with your family, this is the business for you. Or even to have money saved up, because you can get sick and you are not able to go to work. All right, your 9-to-5 job is not going to wait for you to get better. All right, because you may have to take FMLA. All right, they may have to replace your whatever. You have so many things that when you're sick, you don't think much. So you need something that brings money while while you're not going to work. Like David said, while you're asleep. If you don't have that kind of flexibility where you have money that comes in without going to work, now we have a solution for you. We have an online business can give you that passive income that you need, that passive income that you truly need in your life. So get on our pages. We have our phone numbers there. We have our websites there. You can contact any one of us, Coach Dorothy, David, or I, and we are going to help you. We are going to help you step by step, all right, on how to start an online business. Okay, that investment you're going to do at the beginning where you lose some money, because no investment is free, all right? Every business needs a little bit of some investment. But in our business, our investments is in levels. And when you come in, we have a trial package, $149 refundable, where you come in and check out the business, see which level you want to start, see if it's a business that fits you. So it really is, it's going to be a game changer, just coming in and checking it out. Okay. So like I said, you need to lose money for you to gain money. All right. You need to lose that money for you to create wealth, more money than you initially lost. But you have to come with a positive mindset.
Dorothy,
yes.
if just to kind of wind it up for them,
yes.
Because the price of things it's not going to change. I mean, if you look at the way the world operates,
yeah.
When we're younger, we didn't know much about money because we were obviously under the wings of our parents. But when we started understanding what was going on, you see, there was always this battle of prices going up. Even when we started to work, when we went out into the world and started working, we can all attest that prices have always been going up, and it's very rare that prices will come down, especially when it comes to gas. It goes up, can come down just a little, but it will always go up. And for me, there was always this one thing, a reality that hit me. Many things I'm thankful for my father, because he taught me at an early age that the world they grew up in was a little better than the world they raised us in. But he told me that things are not just getting better for you guys. So your world is going to be tough, but then the world of your children is going to be tougher. Okay, so that in a way helped me to put things in perspective. And I've always had this in my mind, a question of how can I afford? So whenever I see things going up, I never battle with, oh my God, this is going, it bothers me. It really, really, really bothers me. But I'm quick at coming back to the reality and ask myself the question, how do I afford this? Because I need to continue operating. I need gas. I depend on gas to move between places. I need accommodation. I'll need to feed my people. I need to feed myself. I need to do things. So how do I afford? Now, because of that question, it's like the gas or the fuel that pushes me to venture into other things to try and afford. You know what I mean? Because if you're in an area where the income is not flexible, you need to think otherwise, because you're going to sink. You're definitely going to sink. So you have, in the process of asking myself, how can I afford gas? I've been to those pumps and they look crazy with a $5, 5 point something per gallon. I'm like, what? Today, gas is at $5. Here in California, California is not forgiving because we don't have public transportation. We don't have a very developed public transportation system that you can just jump onto the BART or trains, the Amtrak and do business as usual. No, this is not like New York or I don't know, the DMV on the East Coast. Maybe those guys have better transportation systems. You find guys that don't have a car. He says, I've never bought a car. I don't need it. Yeah. But you can't live like that here in California. Impossible. Okay? Because you'll have work in an area where there's no public transportation. Or if you have to jump on a bus, it's crazy. You know? So what happens? You just have to find a way to afford. And maybe that's why people say that people from California think fast. Because California will chew you alive. You know? It will chew you alive. So you have to work it. You have to work that mind very fast. Otherwise, things are going up and you just have to find a way. So in the process, as you're thinking about gas going up, all these things, the cost for rent going up,
you don't feel
you out there that has never started anything and you're doing a regular job and you're on a constant pay, we are saying find something on the side. Find something digital. Find something that gives you the flexibility of time and the flexibility of income, such that fluctuation can be dealt with because it's here to stay. It's still coming. You know, it's still coming. So much as we go through all these alterations of, you know, and besides, if AI is coming, virtual. Lately we have these virtual employees.
Even in ordering now,
they are virtual employees. You can run an organization entirely on like 3 humans, and the rest of your team is virtual.
Everyone
virtual. You have and they're doing work for you. Virtual assistants. You're paying.
It's everywhere.
Here and there. They never go for breaks. Let me highlight this. These virtual AIs you see here, they don't go for breaks.
They don't need benefits.
Vacations. You pay a small fee annually or a small fee monthly. Okay?
That's it.
It is by far cheaper than employing a human being. If you are a business owner, there is no way you'll go into employing a human being if you can have a virtual assistant doing the work for you and it's doing it well. I'm being honest with you. It is cheaper. It's not going to sue you. It's not taking you for, what do you call it, trade unions?
It's not going to call off.
It's not going to call off. It's not going, no sick leave,
Yes.
no nothing. You need it, you engage it.
Doesn't need to give you a 401k. Yeah.
There you go. No 401k, no nothing.
Nothing.
You don't have to track its taxation. It's you don't do. Nope. I'm telling you. Yeah. So if you start thinking about these things, you wake up. You wake up to what's you wake up to what's coming. That tells you that if my company is engaging AI, can I even wake up one morning and tell my employer to increase my salary? It's the biggest joke I can ever come up with, to tell my employer to increase my salary if it sees that I'm replaceable by AI. So you're going to stay in that small place and coil while the prices are going up. If you don't ask yourself the question of how you're going to afford what's coming, or how you're going to afford life, the way it's changing, then trust me, things will hit you. Things will hit you, and they will hit you real bad. So we are telling you, look in the description from wherever you're watching us. There is a website. Follow the link. Use your name and email to unlock a 20 minutes video explaining what this online business we talk about is all about. Well, at some point it talks about $149 USD to pay so that you can unlock the detailed information that will tell you about its compensation plan, the investment options you have, and how you can unlock that generational wealth, to go into its depth. Things that we cannot discuss here because it will require us about 3 hours. Because those videos I'm talking about are about 3 hours when you finally pay the 149. 3 hours.
Give you a lot of
and why they're 3 hours is for you to take your time and listen. At the end of these videos, you'll be paired with a coach to explain anything you didn't understand, or to even help you on how and where to start. Okay, based on the information you gathered. If this opportunity is not for you, we keep saying it, and I'm saying it tonight. It's 30 days refundable. So I call it a risk-free environment. Risk-free investment. It's 30 days refundable. In the same names and email you shared, the transaction will be reversed. We would have saved 3 hours of explaining it to you because you've watched the videos, but we'll forever be thankful that you did your due diligence and watched it, and it's not something you just threw away as, oh, what are these guys talking about? Because, it's just an opportunity, and you can always find another opportunity. If you can find it online, that will be a very wonderful thing, because that's just the way the world is taking us. That's where things are going. And then, you can move it on from there. Dorothy, we've kind of run out of time. I would like to end my presentation here and say, whoever is watching us, from wherever you're watching us, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Back to you, Dorothy.
All right, Dorothy, Coach Dorothy, do you have anything else? Because we are done for today.
You're muted.
Yeah, it's just something small. We are not going to go through the comments today because of time, but my last word is, now it is time to take a risk. Because if you do not take it now, as you grow older, your obligations increases. So it means now you're not going to take risk for only yourself, but even your family. And sometimes that's where it's kind of super difficult, and it becomes much harder because this is where you don't want to try something which is not going to work because you're afraid you're taking risk for all of your family and you yourself. So it's better you take risk now. Do not wait for that time to come whereby it's now harder for you to go in and take that risk. At the end of the day, you will remain stagnant, as I said earlier, because you're just afraid of trying each and everything. Feels like it's not going to work out for you because you did not take risk at the right time. However, ours, it's a risk-free, right? So it's up to you to take a risk and then thank your future life. Right? Back to you, Dorothy, and thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, our viewers. Everybody who was able to join us, we are so grateful. We're always happy to have you in our forum. So we are going to see you next Sunday, 2 p.m. PST time, 5 p.m. Eastern time, and 4 p.m. CST time. So we are going to see you next Sunday with an even better topic for you so that we can share this life-changing business and also give you information that can make you make better decision for yourself and your family. As for now, is bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Join us every Sunday for an episode of the Digital Business Forum
at 2 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. MST, 5 p.m. EST, and 10 p.m. GMT.
This forum will feature successful, experienced digital business owners with inspiring information to help you make that informed decision about starting your own digital business. By starting your own online business, you will have more free time to take control of your life, create generational wealth, retire early, and make money from anywhere in the world with just your laptop, phone, and internet. If this resonates